Already have questions?
Yeah, come out there with my phone.
Yes. Perfect.
If you don't mind me standing with you.
Nope. It's awesome that you have this, man. People hear me talking. They can hear me talking. Hey, everybody. Getting ready to start. Here we go.
Someone left us at wings. It's a black, like Aurora whoop, one of those
Would you remind me? I'll do it first, actually. All right. Just don't let me forget. Yeah. Mike Lohman, please raise your hand. Come here, Mike, so people can see your face. I need to get you on camera. Someone left a Aura ring, which is Aura whatever. It's cool. If you lost it, come find him. He'll give it back to you. So 2025 Nationals. A brief. I don't want to take too long on rules because we all have things we want to do, dinner we want to eat, sleep we want to have. But a little history. About 12 years ago, Willie Wessels came to me and said, hey, I need a right-hand man to work on USS. And without talking to me, he went and talked to my lovely wife, who's in the gold jacket down there. And he said, Amanda, can John work with me closely and help me build something? And she gave the go-ahead, she gave the nod, and it's been a really, really fun ride. So in 2014, that's when it was. In 2014, we started getting things going. And in 2015, I was fortunate enough to host the first USS Nationals in my hometown of Indianapolis. We had a great time. A whopping 130 athletes, if you can believe it, signed up. I think we had 100 on the day of, which is par for the course with attrition. We ran 4 lanes, and the events were very similar to what we're going to do tomorrow. We had a yoke, we had a log. I wasn't going to go get 8 cars in here, but we had a car deadlift today. We have a frame deadlift, same type of movement. And instead of Atlas stones with this many people, we're going to do sandbag over bar. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited for all of you, and I thank all of you for being here. So this is the 10th Nationals, 2025. So I'm kind of bookending my Nationals experience, 2015, 2025, real excited. It would be the 11th, but COVID happened. Damn it. All right, we ready for rules? And I know Chuck already has some questions coming in. We'll get to those at the end. So what I'm saying is hold all questions until the end. First thing first, lining up for the events. You see the banners behind me. Space back there. We're all adults. We all know how to form a line. We've been doing it since we were knee high, and we can do it tomorrow as well. You will have an expediter that will walk you through, that will go through the names. However, your order for every event except the yoke is already on Iron Podium at ironpodium.com. All you got to do is go to the site and click on the score page. That's your order for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th event. We are not changing orders. The yoke height will go in descending because it's easier to work with gravity when you're trying to adjust. Y'all may know that. So it'll be by weight class, by height, in your lanes. That's the only thing that will be different with regard to order. The other events will happen in reverse order of sign up, and that can be seen in the score sheet right now. The yoke, you will be in the lanes. I had, I don't know, a lot of emails from people saying, John, you're an asshole for making yoke the first event. I said, thank you. And then I explained why very briefly. The reason being is, this is the one time we change order, so let's do it, only change order once. So apologies, language for the earmuffs for the kids. So this first event, that's part of the reason we're doing it first, but also warming up for the yoke is rather difficult. You will be able to warm up in the lanes for the yoke only. All other events will be in the warm-up area, which is underneath that fancy little building thing. Walk through up the ramp to the left, and there's weights and logs and other yokes and frames out there that you guys can warm up with. All right? We're all big boys and girls, so we know how to get along to get along. That's out there. Let's talk about the yoke. It's a 60-foot straight run. As I got into it, I realized I need to make sure that y'all's safety is number one. So I shortened the course because I got to be able to have everybody getting into the lanes, doing what they need to do. So we shortened it to 60 feet. It's a decently heavy yoke. So let's go through that. No sliding in the field. There will be a 5-second penalty should you slide. Don't slide the yoke, please, and thank you. The judge has the final say on sliding. The front of the yoke must cross the line for time to stop. And when I say the front of the yoke, not just one piece of it. You've got 2 feet, the front of both sides on that line. Pretty standard. No suits or briefs are allowed. You can wear 2 belts, a soft and a hard belt. I used to cheat back in the day, so we're not going to do it this time, but I used to cheat and wear 2 hard belts because I didn't have a big enough torso to handle some of the weight. We're going to start under the yoke, so it'd say, athlete, take your position. Look at your hips, get ready. Whatever you do, lift, that's your command. You don't have to start with your hands on the yoke. You can get your shoulders under there. Athlete, take your position. Athlete, ready, go. You have 60 seconds to complete. You are allowed 1 drop. You're allowed 1 drop. Second drop, we mark it. We're going to go from tall to short. No yoke height changes. No yoke height change. I send a nifty little chart out, what's showing what the peg would be in, and measurements. Hopefully all of you did what Mike, wherever Mike is, thank you for making the video up there. Measure from the bottom. Hey, I'm usually a 49. All right, well then go to 48 and a half. It's a ½ inch down. Kind of figure that out. Hopefully that was pretty easy for you as well. Log, clean, and press each rep. 10-inch log for women, 12 for men. You're going to clean it and press it each time. Do not press away. Do not do a single rep unless that's all you can do. Clean and press each rep. I don't even know if anybody does that anymore. Strict, push, push press, jerk press, and then wait for the down signal. When you get the down signal, control it down. Don't drop it like you're an Olympic lifter and walk out from underneath it. That rep will not count. When you do that, bad things happen. Not just for your rep count, but also for the people around you that are trying to help you have a good time. So please don't drop it from the top. You're going to bring it down to the Cerberus pads. Thank you, Cerberus, our presenting sponsor for the sandbags and the pads. Absolutely phenomenal equipment. Can't wait to use them. You'll bring it down to the Cerberus pads, and you may use a soft belt, hard belt situation. That's all good. No built-up belts. We're not putting towels in there. That's an old school trick that I haven't seen in a while. About elbow wraps. But super tight sleeves are just fine. I see those all the time. If there are any lockout issues, you need to let your judge know immediately. You need to let your judge know immediately. There was somebody here today that said, here's what I got. All right, let them know. Because if you don't let them know what you got, they may not count it. Okay, they don't know unless you tell them. People do have issues. For example, mine's out here. That's as far as I can go up. Hold until the judge gives you a down call. So here's what it looks like. Down call about 1 second. Good lock out, straight overhead, arms locked out, head through, feet parallel, not staggered and not dancing. 60 seconds. Judge has final say in good reps. Frame carry, 120 feet total, 60 down, 60 back. There is no turn, but you are going to set it down and turn around. The set down does not count as a drop. You get one drop. The front end either direction is all that needs to cross the line. The front end, they said whole frame, athlete safety, the front end. So you don't have to carry it that extra 6 feet. We're good to go there. I don't know why I put this in here, shirt and suit. One soft belt, hard belt, okay. One drop allowed. 5-second slide rule as well, 60 seconds total time. No straps, this is a grip event, no straps, suits or briefs for this event. Frame deadlift, it's gonna happen right afterwards. We're gonna bring out the mats and set them up wherever Chuck tells us so that they're on camera for your family and friends at home. You're gonna step in, ready to go. When your name is called, you're gonna step in, ready to go. Your judge is gonna say, athlete ready? You're gonna say yes. He's gonna say lift. At that moment, a 70-second clock, 70. I'm giving you an extra 10 seconds to get strapped in. That rule change was made months ago. Update was made months ago. You're gonna have 10 seconds to strap in and then go to town. Stand up, lock out. If you're bent over like this, that's not a good lift. You can't see it. That's not a good lift. You need to be standing up straight with your hips through. Good lift.
Maybe a little higher on this so it's not.
On a Letterman show like other people I know.
Sorry. Got it.
All right. So the entire frame must hit the ground before you get the up call. So it's an up call and a down call. Make sense? We've done that before? Think so? All right. Frame must come to rest. Lift. Wait for the judge. If you lift before the judge, the rep won't count. Straps are fine. Like I said, you get 70 seconds. Once you step in and say go, you need to have all your salts and stuff as you're walking in, stepping in. You may not have, and this is for every event, you may not have somebody else come out and help you on the floor. You're on your own. It's your competition. Sandbag toss. The mats will be out here lined up with 3 bags, 20 feet from the yoke. They'll be up high. It's a funny looking setup, but I've seen it work at 2019 Nationals from courtesy of Chris Vaccio, wherever he is, and it worked beautiful. And you're gonna grab them, move them to where you need, one at a time. In ascending order, throw it over the bar. The bar extends past the uprights. As long as it goes over any part of the bar, that's fine. If you throw it in the other lane, that does not count. You need to go get it carefully, get it back into your lane. If the bag goes cattywampus, go get it, bring it back to the throwing spot, try it again. Splits will be taken when we hear a thud. Boom. Okay, splits are taken on the thud. No thud, no split. What if it's in the air? What if I throw it in the air and time expires? No thud, no count. I've said that since day one, so we should all be good there. So 20 feet away, get it where you, shimmy where you need to get the first bag, then the second bag, and the third bag. Go from there. If an athlete misses, they must retrieve their own bag and return to throwing position. All right. Lane assignments. You'll be getting an email about this later with all of the, and I apologize for the lateness on this, the tardiness on this. You'll be getting an email assignment with all your band. I've created lane 1 and I've created the lanes. I'm just going to send them out. And tomorrow you'll have someone else that will be a administrator along with me so they can say, literally it's just to say event starting. But you'll be able to see it and I'll talk about that in just a second. Where's my pictures? There we go. In lane 1. In lane 1, you're going to have masters women, teen women, and lightweight women. Lane 2, you're going to have middleweight women, open heavyweight women, and open super heavyweight women. Lane 3, you're going to have all lightweight open men and 198s. Lane 4, all 220. Lane 5, all 275 open. Lane 6, 242, and the super heavyweights open. Lane 7 is Masters 40, and lane 8 is Masters 50, 60, and men's teams. Again, that'll be going out in a couple hours. The setup, the guardrails don't come this way. You got way next to the but that side and that side are your space. So you're bookending this arena. So if you're in lanes 1 through 4, that's probably the best place for you. 5 through 8, that's probably the best place for you. If you need to get around, guess what? If you walk past those stairs, you can walk around to the other side. It's a tunnel that goes through. If you want to go up there and use the men's restroom or the women's restroom, that is your space. Spectators are not allowed on that side of the arena. Everyone will be over here. Does that make sense? This is your playground tomorrow. Please use it. All right? Spread out. I have chairs. I didn't set them up because I don't know where in the hell y'all are going to sit, meaning where you want to sit, but it's there. I've got chairs there, and there. Set them up, use them. You're allowed to bring whatever you need as far as seating arrangements as well. Makes sense, I hope? Chuck, I think we're going to start doing questions. Let's see. We've got people watching online, which is kind of a first time for me doing this.
Back to the other hand. It was working better than I think I don't know if it's...
All right.
So does the frame, does only the front have to hit on the line on both ways of the frame or just the down?
Correct. Front.
So front hits both ways.
Front hits both ways. We said that, yes.
So liquid chalk acceptable on the frame.
Liquid chalk is fantastic. And you got a sample in your goodie bag. It's called Chalkless. I don't know if you ever used it. I've used it. It's awesome.
You have to wear shoes on deadlift even if you have socks.
You cannot be barefoot on deadlift. Socks are fine.
On the frame carry, can you start with your hands on?
Athlete, take your grip. Lift. You can start with your hands on before they say go.
With the deadlift, can you wear a suit plus neoprene strongman shorts?
I should probably be reading these questions.
For the deadlift, can you wear a suit plus neoprene strongman shorts?
Yeah, the more neoprene, the better. I'm a big fan of that.
All right. Do you have to carry your name tag to give to describe each event?
Great question. I was going to come back to that. Yes, your name tag is, you're going to give it to the scribe. They're going to take down the score, and they're going to be able to write that on the back of your name tag. All right? So you have that as memorabilia. Anything else, it should match. You should say, hey, you wrote down 5 reps here. You wrote down 5 reps there. They're good. When you walk up, hand them. Say, hi, my name is. Hand them your name tag. Let them do their job. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time volunteering here. And then walk away.
For the frame deadlift, For the frame deadlift, will there be an up command on the first rep?
On the first rep, it will be go or lift.
The sandbag. Do you have to be the 20 foot in front of the bar? On those?
Missed the sandbag due to audio cutout. The bags will be 20 feet away from the bar. That's where you will start. You do not have to throw from 20 feet away from the bar.
Partial points for log to chest, question mark?
Absolutely not. Great question. No. It's a press, not a cleaning event.
Did he say that we could start under the yoke?
Yes, you can start under the yoke.
From the frame drop on the turn, what's the time limit on that?
Well, the clock isn't going to stop. So when you set that frame down, the clock is going. I would go as fast as you can, but if you want to have a cup of tea, enjoy.
Specific order for the bags?
Lightest to heaviest. They are marked.
What's the yoke starting position? Some of the audio cut out. Hands on, under ball.
Under the yoke is the starting position.
Go late on the yoke, go short, but on the first log press. I don't understand that one.
There's going to be setup time between the yoke and the log. So the question was, if you're shorter and you're last on the yoke to go before the log, talk to your judge, but you need to be ready to go. Typically, you're going to have a little bit of time, but if you're absolutely the last person and then you think you're going to turn around and be the first person, it's kind of just the way the cookie crumbles.
Where can the coaches go to help?
The coaches are not allowed on the field. Great question. Thank you. The coaches are not allowed out here. Nobody is. It's you. It's your event, not the coach's event. So I'm glad the coaches are here to help you. They help you outside of the field. They can help you get ready anywhere over there, or back in the tunnel, or whatever. And they can yell at you from anywhere they want as long as it's not on the field. They are not allowed out here. They will be in red shirts, so it'll be, and if they're not in red shirts, they're not down here. They can come up to the fence. Absolutely, yeah, on the outside. Yeah. So the question was, can they come to the fencing? Yes, they can. They can be in line with you back here. Great. They cannot be out where we are right now. Okay? They cannot strap you in for things. They cannot, if you're going to tighten your belt, you do it back there. The truth of the matter is by the time you get here, if you're working with a coach, you should be coached up. They're there for moral support and maybe help you put some gear on.
Plans for cleaning the frame handles? Or we're just going to go?
Plans for they'll be wiped down. They'll be continuously wiped down. They may be greasy because people were touching them too. So, but yeah, they'll be wiped down.
Okay, so a lot of questions about the yoke. One is about the lining up for the yoke, and then if you drop it before you cross the start line, does that count as your one drop?
That was not something I had in the rule. If you have not crossed, if you're under the yoke and your feet have not crossed the line, you're good. Does that make sense? For me to take a measurement, you've got to get your feet across the line. So if you stop, now if you're shuffling it along, the judge may stop you there because that's not what's supposed to happen. But your feet need to get past the green line because you'll be behind it. Clock's running, but you'll need to go that far.
After picking up the sandbag, am I allowed to carry it to where I want to throw it and
yes.
drop it back on the ground?
You may pick up the sandbag and move it to where you want to throw it and set it down.
I believe that's everything for now. Order of operations. I guess the order of events.
Well, typically you multiply or divide first, then follow with addition, subtraction. Actually, you start with parentheses, then you go on to exponents, then you do what I just said. I used to be a math teacher, so I know that one really good. But as far as the events go, the events are yoke, log, frame carry, frame deadlift, sandbag.
If the frame tips front or back, can we keep going even if it's being dragged?
No. Shouldn't be dragging it. If it hits, that's one thing. But if you've got, pick the frame up. If you got to set it down to regrip, that's fine. Pick the frame up. If it's dragging the whole way, no.
Can we finish the log press if time runs out while we have it in the rack position?
When the time is done, you're done. But I got it racked. Did you press it? No. Then it doesn't count. Quite literal. These are great questions. Thank you for asking.
I'm going to skip over what Stephen from USS in Florida said.
What did he say?
Asking you about the events. Oh. All right, I think that's it for now.
All right. Questions in the peanut gallery. I'm going to start right here. It won't. It won't. The question was, if the sandbags get stuck on top, the way this is set up, they can't get stuck. It's got enough wiggle that it'll fall. It'll bounce.
So I've got a question. You made it sound like if you're going to wipe down the handles on the frame carry, you are or are not going to have athletic tape on those handles.
Not going to have athletic tape on those handles.
Okay, so my second question is two parts to that. In the rules, it doesn't say anything about gloves. You go out and buy
No gloves.
What?
No gloves. No gloves.
So on the yoke, the
You're going to have to say that again. You said a lot of words.
So with the distance not counting until the feet cross on the yoke, starting that first drop, does that start counting once the feet cross, or is that prior to drop?
If you're sitting here shuffling at the baseline and you can't get it across, once you drop it, once your feet come across and you set it down, that's your drop. Now, if you're scooting it along, that's a slide. So now you're wasting time. Now you just lost 5 seconds. Pick it up and go. Sorry, I'm out of the way. Yes. Start the bags. Start the bags.
You're going to have a warm up for bags, are you? Uprights for
No. Well, yeah. The question was, are we going to have a warm up for bags to throw? And the short answer is no. And the reason why is because if you're out there with other people and it goes awry and hits somebody, that's dangerous. So we're not doing that. By the time you get here, we should be warmed up. Question right here.
When the sandbags start, are we starting at the 20-foot mark?
You're starting at the sandbags. The question was, when the sandbags start, do we start it? You're starting at this in front of the sandbags. You can only carry one at a time, the one you're throwing.
You can set them up where you want.
On the mat. Yeah. If you're fast enough. You mean like if it's sweaty or nasty or something? Yeah. They'll have towels.
For the yoke height, I brought a tape measure. I was told the yoke was at hole 10. The sheet says that's 52 and a half. It's a Walmart tape measure. It might be wrong, but it measured 53 and a half. You mentioned no changing yoke heights. If that throws somebody off and the height's just off by an inch, are we going to make allowances for that?
Should have wrote down the pin hole.
Did you write down the pinhole?
It's supposed to be hole 10 was 52 and a half, but it measured 53. It shouldn't mess me up, but it could mess somebody up.
Yeah.
Tell them more.
What?
So he's saying it's the 10 that he
Yeah.
had. It was measuring way higher.
At 53 and a half and what?
An inch higher than what he was saying. He's
Doesn't
saying
matter.
he wants to
Yeah.
know.
Whatever they did over there.
Yeah.
is what matters.
Whatever you measured over there is what you'll do.
Literally got this guy in a green shirt.
Green shirt. Excuse me. Green shirt. Sorry. He's had his hand up for a long time. You're going to have to speak up. I cannot hear you.
No, they have to be on the pad. He wants to know if the sandbags, he can set them where he wants to.
Over here? If you have time, yeah. I don't care. The question was, can you adjust the sandbags on the mat where they're going to start? Yes, that's fine. Yes.
The additional question was, can you run all three before you throw one, or do you have to run one, throw it?
You can only throw the question was, can you run all three first? And the answer is no. It's one at a time.
One bag and play at a time.
You can move one bag at a time and only the one you are throwing.
Has to go over before they move to one.
Yes.
It has to go
It has to go over before you grab the other bag. Now, if you throw it and you trust yourself and you want to run, that's great. But if it doesn't go over, you got to go get it. Before you move the other bag,
It has to go over.
the other
It has to
thud.
go clear the bar.
Thud.
She wants to know, does it have to go over the bar or hit the ground on the other side?
I don't give a shit.
Just go over
But
the bar.
look, as soon as you throw the bag, you can run to the other bags. Okay? But if it doesn't land on the other side or clear the bar, you can't move that next bag. That's it. Yep. Got it.
One more dumb question.
Okay.
You're going to have athletic tape on the yokes to show the middle of the yoke so we know where to line up our slide.
No. The question was, am I putting athletic tape on the yokes? The answer is no. Just to center it. No, no, I'm not. The frame carry hands on, hands off. They'll say, athlete, take your grip.
Hands on.
Just to verify, for the yoke to end, is it your feet crossing the line or the feet of the yoke?
The feet of the yoke.
The yoke.
The feet of the yoke need to cross.
On the frame, it is actually your feet.
No, on the frame, it's the front end of the frame.
It's the front of the
It's
frame?
the front end of the frame, front end of the yoke, of the implements.
Good. Even better.
Sure. Can you use a grip shirt on the yoke? Absolutely.
This girl right here.
Right here. Our shoes are, you can't be barefoot. At least socks. You cannot be barefoot for any event. We'll put it that way.
Go far.
I see a hand up right here.
You start with your hands on the log.
Start on the log and it has to touch the
Yes, I said you could start with your hands on the log.
Can you touch and go?
As long as both sides touch. Can you touch and go on the log? There's no up command. You can bring it down, but you've got to touch it. Did I see another one? Go. Do you have to have the shirt over the deadlift suit or the deadlift suit over the shirt? Is that? You can wear it under. It's fine. Question over here.
What time we started?
Podium says it starts at 9. Live stream starts at 10.
The contest starts at 10.
The live stream says
Or I'm sorry. The competition starts at 9.
when I made the live stream, I was in Central Time. Sorry.
He was in Central Time when he made the live stream. Everything starts at
9 a.m. is the competition start. Green shirt. No, grip shirt on the yoke? No. You do not have to wear your competition shirt over the grip shirt. Doors open tomorrow for you all at 7:30. Spectators, I have spectators at 8. Just to let athletes get in here and get situated first. Athletes 7:30, spectators at 8. Same question right here. All right. Yeah.
I don't know if you could ask, but if you pick the frame to run it and you fumble right there behind the line, does that count as your first goal?
If you're behind the line, does it count? Once you cross, it's counted as a drop. So and the reason being is, if you're picking it up, it's up. If you're walking forward, and then you drop it, it's going to go. There's another question over there. I'm not selling anymore. I have maybe 50 little packets left. It was given to me as a sample to give to you guys. I thought it was a cool sample. What's that? I'm not going to have chalk barrels. You guys bring your own chalk.
You already discussed bodily fluids.
No, how do you want to talk about it? We'll just take a hand out of this.
Blood. Yeah, that stuff.
If you guys, this has been brought up, if you end up having a cut or something where you bleed or something like, please let somebody know so we can, we have gloves and some bleach wipes so we can get that cleaned up. Any other questions?
Those seating tomorrow, you said no one back there. Spectators sit in those seats?
No. Spectators will be where you are tomorrow. The lanes are facing this way. You guys can sit back there if you want to. Athletes can, but I'm going to have people keeping. I'm going to have people on both ends, coming down and going around. Does that make sense? Reminder, athletes, there's a women's bathroom there, men's there. There's another one downstairs, another one downstairs. You can walk underneath the stadium if you need to get from one side to the other. I think that's pretty much it. When we're done with all the lanes, we'll do the awards.
So from grip shipper yoke down, if you want to answer any of those
The concessions will be open tomorrow.
You want to answer any of those questions from grip shirt down.
Order is by sign up on Iron Podium. When will the weight classes be updated for people that didn't make weight and moved up to a weight class? It should already be done if you checked in. What's that?
They're working on it.
Then they're working on it. Iron Podium is working on it now.
Iron Podium's here.
Where's the question? Huh?
Guys, to clarify, for yoke and frame, the reason why just the front end has pass, it's for safety and it's definitely for your safety. We have a lot of runoffs. There's 12 feet here. Okay? Do not run the entire thing you run. You're on the wall, you get hurt, whatever it is. That's the both sides. So literally, the front end pass is front.
And it's
Same thing for competitors that are going next. Stay out of the way. Stay out of the way of the action. Okay? Just the front end of the yoke. Same thing when you're returning the frame. Okay?
there is a question about wearing short shorts, not deadlift socks. Okay. I have short shorts too. Not wearing them now. Some question. Can you wear no sleeves? Somebody's asking about wearing no sleeves. I don't care. I usually don't wear sleeves when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's exciting. Is there an athlete area? Yes. Both sides of the field and everywhere behind. All right. I think we've covered everything except this question right here. You mean underneath? Or you need to wear the competition shirt, but you can wear it underneath or over. Yeah. So the question was on a deadlift, if you have a deadlift suit on, what about the shirt? Competition shirt, either under or over. At the end of the whole thing. Awards will be done at the very end. Blue. Band app, yes. I'm going to be sending out an email here in a couple hours. So you'll know, you already know what lane, I announced what lanes you're going to be in. I'll reiterate it in that email. And then it'll have a link to each band thing. And someone in your lane will be responsible for updating it. And the updates probably will only be 5. We're getting ready to start the yoke. We're getting ready to start the log. We're getting ready to start the frame carry, the frame deadlift. That's really what it is in case you are outside or milling around, so you're aware. That's makes sense. That being said, if you're back here, you'll see it. Okay? Regina. Cerberus grip shirts. That's the grip shirt. If there's an issue, we'll talk about it when it occurs. Cerberus will be here tomorrow. So if you're out of if you didn't get the shirt in time, maybe they have some, I don't know what their inventory is. I don't know what their inventory is, but Ken will be here tomorrow morning. I would definitely speak with him.
Get here early, probably.
If it's going to be shown, it needs to be Cerberus. Does that make sense? All right. Questions going once? Yeah. No. That's for your record. So you'll give it to them, and they'll give it back to you, and then you can put it next to your, your trophy, your award, and all that stuff. If you need a nice frame, I can sell you one of those. Was there another question over here? I saw two hands shoot up. Going once. Going twice. Now I'm saying going twice. If you email me tonight questions about events, I'm not answering them. Here you go. If you cannot hear the judge and you miss something because of that, the judge will not be responsible. I would not wear two. Somebody will wear one. I've seen it all the time. But if you miss a call or don't react because, so the question was, can you wear earbuds? I don't recommend it, but I get it. I used to listen to them when I was doing farmers holds back in the day.
Banners for sale, or you give them away at the end to people in the overall or something like that. Just think of an idea.
I'll probably give them away to the overall winners, like with the rings.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
So my new comforter.
Yeah, it'd be crinkle, it'd be loud. The question was, with the banners, I'm not selling them. However, if you are an overall winner, you are welcome to take it, and then you can sell it, or you can keep it. For the opens, that is. For the opens. That was Willie's suggestion. If they don't want them and you work out a deal and you want to take one, please, great. Huh? We should be good. Questions going once, twice, sold. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Excited that you're here.
Let's go!
We're going to have a good time tomorrow. I hope everybody watching online is able to understand and hear pretty well. Drive safely back to wherever you are staying. Get some good rest, some good food. Spend time with good friends. We'll see you in the morning.